Oh, now look at that. You got great signal. What the heck that was about. Oh, this was a bad choice of shoes. Well, we'll see if anybody shows back up again. I don't know what the hell that was about. It just ended my live stream for no reason. That was just the weirdest thing. Like, it was telling me I had a weak network connection. So I'm like, how the heck is that possible? With every like 7 cell towers staring me in the face. So I was like, check and see what my actual signal was. It couldn't be any stronger. Freaking 5 bars of 5G UW. And then as soon as after I checked that, all of a sudden it just said Indian live stream. And I was like, what the hell? So then I start the live stream again and immediately, and I'm running max buffer speeds. It's like, what the hell is going on? I think I got deprioritized on the cell tower or something. That was weird. But the sucky thing is when it says Indian live stream and stuff like that, that means I probably have, well, I definitely have 2 VODs now on my freaking YouTube channel. And guarantee my dashboard said I had 3 people on YouTube watching. Now I have 0 because it's not like you could just refresh it on YouTube. It goes to a whole new VOD, which technically it does on Twitch, but you can just refresh because it's just the Twitch facing live. Like the live is the live. But YouTube is different. Yeah, I restarted. Yeah, I don't know what the hell. What is going on there? Like, that made 0 sense. Like, there is no reason why I wouldn't have connectivity, and it was sitting there saying I had a weak network connection. I'm like, why? I am a quarter-mile from the nearest freaking 5G cell tower. Like, what the hell? And it was like, oh, we're done. I'm like, what the heck? I think I'm gonna just have to start. Like, I have given my foot as much rest as I can, and it's still having issues. So at this point, I think I'm just gonna have to start running and say screw it. And if it gets worse, just go back to my doctor because I might need surgery. If it's not getting any better, the only other option is surgery. So I don't know. We'll see. Usually you only need surgery though if it's like full-on ruptures a tendon. I guess they could try and give me a cortisone shot. Might help too. Who knows? Like right now it feels fine. It doesn't hurt at all. But like last night, after dinner, I could just feel it just kind of aching. Actually, I had to take some Advil last night. like to do that. See, I knew it was a false hope of how nice it was supposed to be today. There's the weather coming in over the Continental Divide. I really don't want to have to drive down to Bozeman, but I was just going to go after her doctor's appointment because it's kind of on the way down. But I don't know. The problem is her doctor's appointment's at 1. So that means we're not going to leave town until at least 2. So then if I drive down to Bozeman, that's going to put it in getting out of Bozeman around 4. Which means I'll be driving through Gallatin. Gosh dang, what the heck is this wind all of a sudden? That is cold too. It was like dead calm when we came out here this morning, and then it goes away. Now it's dead calm again. Well, not dead calm, but it's not that windy. So we leave Bozeman at 4, which means we'll be going through Gallatin Canyon during rush hour, which would suck. Might be able to make it to West Yellowstone by 6. Then I have a meeting, which will take an hour. So then that would put me getting into Idaho Falls around like 8:30. There's not too much snow, which there will be. I've just been getting hammered by snow up there. I could just stay by West Yellowstone for the night, but I was trying to get south of Salt Lake City. If I don't get to Idaho Falls until like 8:30, I wouldn't get to where I want to get to until almost midnight. Oh, that would suck. Maybe I should just wait and leave on Friday. I mean, that would be fine. It's just I'm gonna have to push it. I guess that would be okay. Maybe that's what we'll do. I think that's my best bet. And that way I don't have to make a special trip down to Bozeman. I can just go down Friday morning. And we can easily make it to Arizona then. No issues. Whew, I should have worn my puffy coat with that way that wind kicked in. Yeah, it's cold. Where'd my dog go? I see somebody up here. I figured she would have ran up there to say hi, but I don't see her. Last time I saw her, she was up on the side of the mountain, but I don't see her now. Oh, there she is. She was hiding in a pile of dead nests over here. Hiding in a pile of deadness. Good morning. Welcome back to the YouTube people after my stream crashed. Oh, my doggo's up here doing her own thing. I mean, I think we're gonna climb up and come back on prairie. Okay, I think that's what we're gonna do. I think after talking through it, the fact that I have a meeting on Thursday night at 6, so I can't, like, even if I was driving, I'd have to pull off on the side of the road. Now, if I was to drive just straight down after her doctor's appointment, I would probably be in Idaho Falls right at that point, so I could just sit at the Trek stop where we get gas and be in the meeting. But I think we're just gonna have to do it that way, and then I don't feel so pressured. And then that being said means I can enjoy today a little bit more. I'm not going to stress out as much. I do have to do some stuff today because I need to buy some batteries for my BTT, and then I should get Icy Girl. Now I'm like, what? I really need to get another phone, like an actual like business line, to separate house stuff for my books a little bit easier. Plus I need a second line anyways. If I had a second line, I could do a better streaming experience, because I could control it with a second phone. Like I can use, if I had an Android based phone, I could use Stream Buddy and actually control stuff. I've been thinking about doing that forever, but also it would be nice. Right now it sucks when we're doing our live broadcast, I have to use Unity on whatever phone I'm using. And so then if you're trying to do more than two things at once, it kind of sucks. I'm gonna try and convince her to go up this way, because this goes to Prairie, but we'll take the long trail up. She wants to go that way. Tonight's leg night too at the gym, which will be fun. It didn't take any convincing at all. She just jumped up here. Didn't even notice that she did it. My hands are freezing right now. I wish I had my gloves now. When we started with no wind, it was like not really nice out. Whew. In my title, you see I have run or walk, on there, but hoping I was going to be able to run a little bit. Maybe we still will. Maybe on the way down we'll do a little running. But I am so out of shape from not being able to do anything that just climbing up this, walking up it is kicking my ass. Yeah, I'm coming. Just gotta give me time. Give a brother some time here. He is working hard for no reason, because this is, I normally run up this. I'm having a struggle, but I was just trying to walk up it. Whew. I'd have to take a bath today just so I can let the muscles get nice and hot and soaking. See if that'll loosen up my calf muscle. Okay, now this is where we want to go to the right. I don't know where she's at. She's trying to go to the left. Oh, little potties, little potty break. You couldn't see, but I pointed this direction. That's why she ran down this trail. Because she was looking at me like, what direction we going? And that's why I pointed. She's getting pretty good about that. I wish you guys could smell the smells right now with this cold air. Everything's damp. There's a little bit of snow still up here at this elevation. Like Mount Helena just got hammered with snow, which is crazy because you can see the scratch gravels over here on our side. They didn't get hardly anything. They got like the slightest little dusting. It's just crazy that. And that's just the scratch gravel. That's why I like going to them, because in the middle of winter you can still run up there in those mountains because they don't ever get too bad. Like you'll get points where they'll get hammered with snow too, but comparatively speaking, it's one of the best places in the state to go run in the wintertime because they don't get as much snow. And it's just crazy because we're only like 5 miles away. So how come, and those are just as high as right here. So how come they don't get snow? Everywhere around there will get snow. Like 5 miles the other direction, we'll get hammered with snow. It's just kind of crazy. And it's the same thing with rain. We got rain over here, zero rain on the scratch gravels. It's just the way the storms follow the contours of the mountains, I guess. There's a reason why the Elkhorns are always like one of the highest snowpack percentages in the state. And they're not even close to being highest mountain ranges, because they're sub 10,000 foot. Like, I think highest peak, I don't know if it's Crow Peak or Tizer Peak, it's only like 900 feet. Holy cow. And I think probably there was zero wind. This is like, reminds me of being up on the North Kaibab Plateau, which which is nothing but ponderosa pines, and everything here is ponderosa. In fact, now that I look around, did they get rid of all the other trees? When they thinned everything out, did they just say, F it, we're only keeping the ponderosas? Was that their methodology? That wind was frigid. Oh, okay, we're almost up to the Prairie Trail, which is about the level of all the snow. Still quite a bit of snow up here. But there shouldn't be anything on the trail. Now, one bad thing about Helena, which is why you don't come up here in the wintertime hardly at all, is you got your diehards that come up here no matter what. And so even if there's like 12 inches of snow, 2 feet of snow, we're going this way, they'll come out here. What was that? She went to run by and tried to, like, jammed her face into my thigh when she went by. What that was about. They come out here no matter what, and so then they pack down all that snow. So then it's like hard packed, and hard packed snow is just as slick as ice. But at least with the hard pack snow, if you're wearing like traction, like either the micro spikes or even the knockoffs from like Costco or something, the yak tracks, I guess you could say. At least with packed snow, you can usually get a little bit of grip, which you can't do with ice. But then, because now it's packed down, it doesn't melt as fast. So then it will start to melt, and you could have zero snow on the sides like this of the trail. But the trail will be still snow-packed and icy because all that snow that melted off the side of the trail then runs onto the snowpack, like the packed down icy trail. And then, because the lows still get below freezing, and then it freezes at night. And so now you have ice, solid ice, on top of packed snow. And it's so slick because it just never melts. And then, like, it'll warm up in the daytime, and then the very top, like, layer will turn to water. And so now you got water on top of solid ice that's sitting on top of packed snow. And so it's like impossible to do anything up here, even with micro spikes. Because micro spikes don't really do well on when you have like solid ice or like really thick ice, which is essentially what ice on top of packed, solid packed snow is just thicker ice, really. And why am I having transmission problems again? It says transmission is unstable due to weak network connection. Why? I have line of sight of like 7 towers. Oh yeah, I'm gonna check my signal strength. Okay, for some reason I only have 2 bars of 5G, which doesn't make sense because there's a tower literally right there. You can see it. Like not even a quarter mile away. And it is one of my towers. Now, what's going on? This is usually like, oh, we're back all of a sudden running full buffer speed. That's nice. Like this section of trail is usually my staple. I don't ever have any issues here, which is why I've been doing it when I'm just going for a couple miles. It's easy to be here. Because I have like, you know, like I said, like, oh, what do I actually have? 1, 2, 3. So I have 3 towers really close by. And then out in the valley, there's like another 3, which, I mean, of course, they're a little bit further away. I could still use them. If I didn't have a tower here, it would still be strong enough signal, but I don't know, I don't get it. I do not get it, but whatever. But yeah, so that's why, like, I don't ever come up here in the wintertime. You can't run. The only people that come up here just hike. And they usually, like I said, they're usually wearing like either micro spikes, and some of them are even wearing, what do you call it? Why did my mind just go blank? The big ones, big metal ones you use to like climb Mount Everest and stuff, whatever those are called. Why can I not think of that? Huh, whatever, doesn't matter. But some people will even use those out here. Now those will dig into the ice, which is why they use them for like Everest and like big mountains. Speaking of big mountains, I really want to climb, what is it called? Annapurna's in. I would love to do the loop, whatever that loop is in the Himalayas that everybody does. Isn't that the Annapurna loop? I want to do the tallest mountain in South America. And surprisingly, it is the cheapest because you can just go do it. Like I don't even know if you have to buy a permit. I think you do. But like the permit is cheap. And you can be self-reliant, where pretty much every other big mountain in the world, you have to have like, it's like a whole entourage of people in order to do it. Because it's their economy. So, I mean, I get it. The country wants to get their cut, as well as it then, you know, it would limit how many, the impact as well, environmental impact, because you can have 50,000 people climb Kilimanjaro every year. I'd love to do Kilimanjaro, but that's like a day. If I go out on a trail run, that would be a day trip for me. Yet Kilimanjaro, you have to hire porters, and you can only go like, and I get it, they're doing safety wise, because most people aren't used to that type of elevation. But it's like, it's a 9-day excursion to do what I would normally do in a day. It's like Mount Whitney. You have to get a freaking permit to do Mount Whitney. Like there's a lottery or whatever to be able to do Mount Whitney. And most people take like 3 or 4 days to do it. Mount Whitney's a day trip too. That's actually a short day trip. I think actually Mount Elbert, which is almost as high as Mount Whitney, but Mount Elbert in Colorado, I think, is longer. And I've done Mount Elbert like half a day. Now, granted, I think Mount Elbert is not as steep, but that would be why it's longer. So you can actually move a lot faster. But it's like, I mean, I get it. They have to have a standard, but it's, in some ways, I think you should be able to provide proof, like your resume, and it should be based upon ability. You should have ability groups. So they should open it up and be like, okay, we're gonna give like 10 permits a day to do Mount Whitney for like trail runners, you know. Because that's what's stupid, is you get your permit for Mount Whitney and then you're like, you're going up and down in like 8 hours on a 3-day permit. That's just my rant. I'd love to do Kilimanjaro though, but I just don't know if I'd be able to do it. Only hiking, because that's the thing too, is you're not even carrying all your gear at Kilimanjaro because you have porters. It's like a whole entourage. They carry your gear up for you, all that. You're just hiking. You have your little day pack on, and you're only going like, there's some days you're only going like three miles, taking a whole day. Like, what? Kilimanjaro is another one of those that I could do in a day. Now Kilimanjaro would be a longer day because it is like a bit more of a climb, because the top of it's what, like 20,000 feet or something, isn't it? Maybe it's not quite that high, but we'll see. That's my goal for my I was going to say my 5th decade, but technically I guess it would be my 6th decade. God dang. I used to mess with people like that all the time. There was one guy in my office, because I mean, think about it. Your first decade is from when you're born to right, like, till you turn 10. Once you turn 10 though, 10 years old, you just started your 11th decade. That's your 11th decade that you're starting. So just think of it that way, which is the way I think of things. And it used to bother somebody, one of the guys in my office, because he was turning 49. And so on his birthday, I was like, well, welcome to your 50th year. And he's like, what the hell are you talking about? I'm 49. I'm like, yeah, you just completed 49 years. So now you've started your 50th year. He did not like that. So that'd be my goal for my 6th decade, if I make it that far. I figure I need something to do in my 50s. We'll go climb some tall mountains. Like the last 4 years, I've been trying to hit as many of the high points in each state as I can. And I just keep running out of time every year. I've never even done the highest peak in Montana. Now, mostly because it's the second hardest peak to climb in the US, with Denali being the first hardest. So I mean, I get it. That's the main reason. Because for the longest time, I was like, because they talk about how there's some pretty good scrambling, and they always threw out the number class 4 scrambling. And I had no idea what each class was or whatever. I just knew there was 5 of them. So if it's 4, that's probably outside my abilities. I've never done any scrambling. Well then, like 2 years ago, I actually looked up what each class is, and I'm like, oh, class 4? I actually have done class 4 scrambling on just some other stuff. Like, I mean, technically there's if you do the lower peak over here, and you go to the actual true peak of the lower peak, there's some class 4 scrambling in the last, like, I don't know, 40 feet to get up on that peak. Now, granted, you're not, 13,000 feet above with a 2,000 foot cliff on the side of you, but so now I'm like, oh, I can do it, but it's still remote. Like, it's one of the most remote highest points too. I think the most remote is, well, it's probably technically still Denali, but in the lower 48, I think the most remote is actually whatever the peak is in Wyoming, because that sits right in the middle of the Wind Rivers. I think to get to that, you're easily talking like 20-mile one way or more, probably more than that. So I've yet to do that, but I've done the second closest, or the second best, I guess you could say, of Cloud Peak in the Bighorns. That's the tallest peak in the Bighorns. It is not too much lower than whatever the highest peak is, and that was because out and back on that, I mean, I did almost bleed out when we fell coming down. I think the round trip on that was 29 miles, something like that. I tripped with about 10 miles to go, like coming back. I mean, we still had to drop at another, oh geez, probably like 2,000 feet still, even coming down off that mountain. I tripped. Well, I didn't really trip, I slipped on some boulders and ended up gashing my leg. And it took 2 hours for that thing to stop bleeding. Luckily, I always keep first aid gear on me. And so I had a pressure dressing and a bunch of other stuff that I was able to slap on there. But that's why if you look at the front of my leg now, I still have a huge ass scar. You can see where the gash was, and the scar is actually about half the size of what that actual gash was. Like, I mean, if you look at the ends of the scar, you can definitely tell it still went a lot further, but you can see, and it doesn't even show how deep it went. But I mean, it took, what, 4 months for that thing to fully heal? Like, it was still not fully healed when I ran Mammoth. And I would have done Cloud Peak in August, so that would have been, I guess, 2 months later. All of a sudden, I really need to poop. Oh. But we're almost back now. We're on the final stretch. Maybe half a mile to go. It'll be about almost 3, I think. Well, it'll be at least 2.5. What is going on with the network today? Because now I'm having the same message pop up again. It's like, what is going on? And now we're back again. Like, what the heck? Something must be just going on with the network here in this town, because it is either kicking me off, deprioritizing me, or something. I don't know what's going on. Do. I thought we were getting close to the intersection. I guess not. I guess not. So maybe we will be about 3 miles. I think we're going to be like probably 2.7, maybe 2 3/4 miles, if we're lucky. And I don't poop my pants, because all of a sudden the fiber is kicking in, that's for sure. Oh, I gotta walk slow so I don't poop my pants. I can make it. There's a pit toilet down here at the parking lot. See, now we're over here out of the wind, and I'm roasting. The wind is frigid. I had to laugh. There's a meteorologist that does a YouTube thing every day to talk about, mostly for like ski season. Talking about snow and stuff like that, because he's a big mountain guy, skier and whatever. And he's been talking about how, like, right now there's supposed to be nothing happening right here in Montana. Yet every day we've had snow. Now granted, it's not like constant or anything, but it's definitely not. There's this trail intersection, and it's definitely not nice out like he makes it sound like. Speaking of, I can hear people mowing their grass down there. I also hear an airplane too. Somebody the other day on, I think Instagram it was, had a video, and it was like only in Montana, and it had a guy out mowing his grass while it was snowing. There's not a lot of people out here, because I do not want to have to put her on the leash. I feel like I'm walking really slow, which I am, but I feel like I'm doing like a 30-minute mile pace. I just looked at my watch and it says I'm doing right exactly at 20 minutes, and it's like, gosh dang, here I am, like trying not to poop my pants, walking so slow down a hill, and I feel like I'm walking really slow, yet 100 miles into a race I'll be walking on a flat trail, and I feel like I'm just pushing myself super hard. If I look at my watch there, and I'm doing like a 21-minute mile pace. How's this freaking faster than what I do on those, in those moments? Doesn't make any sense. It's like when I did my FKT a couple of years ago, and like granted, like, I don't know, 7 miles from the end I got a migraine, and I had to push through that, not being able to really see the trail very much. So that slowed me down. But then once I was able to see again, like I felt like I was freaking flying down that trail. It's a slope about like this, so it's not like you can push yourself if you want, but not too steep to where you have to like lay back on your heels. I felt like I was doing 6.5 minute miles. And then when I was looking at my watch, I was doing like 10-minute mile pace. It's like, what the hell? We haven't made it to the thing yet, have we? No, it's down there. Making sure we didn't make it past the leash zone. Not knowing who's up here. Some people are a bunch of buttheads when it comes to that kind of stuff, as well as the fact that the dog Nazi likes to just sit up here and wait for people to come back off the trail without their dog being on a leash, and then he gives them a citation. This is one joy in life. It's the only place he has power. You know, doesn't care about all these just stray dogs or other dogs, like the one that lives in the house down here where the owners are just not responsible and lets their dog harass people. You know, don't worry about them dogs. These perfectly well-behaved dogs that people coming off the trail. Now, mine's not a perfectly well-behaved dog. I would never put my dog in that category. That's for sure. That is for sure. But I'm saying there is a lot of times I see people out here with the most perfect, well-behaved dogs. Oh, thank you, girl. Hold on. I gotta put it on you. Yeah. Oh, you're gonna be such a turd. Will you let me? Hey, stop. Nahri, quit. Will you stop? Speaking of perfectly well-behaved dogs, which mine is not, she came running back here because she saw me pull out the leash, which is good. And now she's like, let me walk myself, bitch. Yeah, see, this is what I have to deal with. Will you not wrap around me? I don't want to make the whole freaking chat sick because you're going to make me spin around in circles. And it's all because she just wants to walk herself. She's like, I can do it myself. I'm an independent, strong woman. Which she is. But the dog police don't care about that. Wow, it got busy out here. There's lots of cars. Holy cow. Yeah, we didn't see anybody. That was weird. Whew, and it is hot. God dang, it's like freaking 20 degrees warmer over here than it was over on the other side. It's hot. Okay. That's what it is. It's the little kids group that I was talking about last time we were out here. Hold on. Okay, go ahead and jump up. Hold up. Don't look at me like that. Hey, but I don't want to. Take me off the leash now. I want to run around and be crazy. How about no, Scott? There we go. Okay. Oh, it was exactly 2 3/4 miles. Look at that. Look at me guessing right. Okay. Well, I brought my puppy out here because I need to leave this coat out here. It's been in my apartment and I keep forgetting to grab it. And I figured I was going to need it for this because the puppy would be way too warm. And man, I think we're getting out of here just in time because it looks like it's going to rain. It is going to rain. Okay, let's put this on. And I think we're gonna run some errands today. So we're gonna go home first. And I have to run to Lowe's. So I'm gonna grab the bulbs I need so I can change those, get those while I'm there. And I think that's, oh, I need to buy new wipers. So we'll do that at that same time. So yeah, this afternoon is going to be a lot of going to run errands. Maybe I'll time it to where we can just go run the errands and then go to the gym. We'll see. We will see. Okay, well, that is going to be it, everybody. Back up. And we will see you guys tomorrow morning. I gotta make sure, okay, back up. Thank you. Thank you for that. I gotta make sure when my dental appointment is, but I'm pretty sure it's like late afternoon. So I think we'll be fine to go in the morning. On Sunday, we'll probably be in Black Canyon and we'll do something. But then, like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, you definitely will not see me. Unless I decide to get my second phone, then I could technically, I could do a behind the scenes live stream of me actually working a live broadcast. That would be kind of fun. Although they might get mad at me if I'm using... She really wants to go see the kids. She loves kids. She's so excited because there's so many kids. They'd probably get mad at me if I'm stealing bandwidth for my own personal live stream. The locations they're sending me. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. But anyways, that's going to be it. I will see you guys next time. Bye, everyone. Love y'all.